Really, really proud of the team, their effort, all the improvements that they've made through the course of all these weeks, and all the hard lessons that we've learned have come to fruition tonight. Found the right way in a four-quarter game for all three phases to step up in different ways and to come out on the right side of it. So incredibly proud of those guys in the locker room, their effort, the way that they prepare, the way they go about their business, and excited for the future as well, that we'll be able to build upon this opportunity and this win. Yeah, I mean, every point in this contest was critically important, and everything that Gabe did, every single time he went out, he was able to rise to that occasion, right, because of his training, because of his preparation, and met, again, through all the adversity that he's gone through this year, through the competition, to where he clearly separated himself this week, and he'll be our guy going forward, and obviously, took a big step tonight in doing his part and obviously helping us win in a big-time fashion. Yeah, I mean, I think it's one of his strongest qualities, right? He never gets too high. He never gets too low. He really trusts the guys that are around him. The O-line did a nice job making him feel comfortable. He was very decisive with his decision-making. He's always valued the football. He understands what a good calculated shot is versus a high-risk throw. He doesn't throw the ball in very many spots where, it's going to be in bad situations, and then the receivers do a great job on the other end, that when he trusts them to make sure that nothing bad happens when those balls are sent down range. So, great job by all guys involved, and obviously Danny, making decisions and being the decision maker with the ball in his hands each and every single snap.
Coach, 1-3, and all of a sudden you're 1-0. That's the great thing about conference. Talk a little bit about how big a win this is for the program, not just in the conference standpoint, but for just go around.
Yeah, I mean, we talked all week, and we've talked all along, right, how important the work is, right, and that work works, and that we need to be committed to our process, that we had to have conviction with how we were going to do it, and that the character of the club and the attitude that we bring would show up tonight. And, so obviously, tonight is a byproduct of the way that our guys have pulled together through all the adversity, really putting the blinders on and leaning and relying on one another. And, again, that showed up tonight in all three phases, right, to where, we were able to get critical stops, we were able to get scores when needed, and the special teams did a great job flipping the field and getting points all on their own, right? So it's another step, a big-time win tonight, obviously, to have the payday that you need. Like, working's great, but we need to get paid as well, and to have this payday and to get that shot of life for these guys to be able to celebrate and do things the right way, that's big, right? That's big for us to get that wind in our sails and then to build off of that and to come back. And, again, there's still going to be lessons to learn because it wasn't perfect, right? And there's going to be now the new challenge, right, to where, hey, can we humble ourselves to come back and be receptive to the coaching points? It's easy when you have a hard loss like how we did a week ago, right, to learn those lessons because you got guys' attention. Well, now just because, we won, it doesn't make everything that we did right? So we got to come back and we got to learn from that as well so that we can continue to move forward and progress, so that we continue to develop and we're playing our best ball week after week after week.
Can this be a turn the corner win, though, because you don't have that big streak anymore? You walk away and kind of feel good about it.
Yeah, it's good to be the winning team, right? It's good to have that, again, the joy and the jubilation and again, the hugs and the smiles and all the things that come with winning, again, because of how invested everyone in that locker room is, right? Obviously starting with the players and, again, their connection and how they continue to build those bonds and those relationships coming together. I thought the staff did an unbelievable job putting together a plan that put our kids to be in the best position to be successful. And, to have, again, to come out on the right side of it, right, and to have, the process that we're pouring into and the way that we're going about it really show up, and to have those critical moments go our way, for them to build off of that will be crucial as we go forward.
After last week's last-minute loss, what did you see this week that said these guys would go out there and finish it?
It was the way that they responded, right? I mean, it was the way that they responded on Sunday, the way that they were leaning in and embracing the coaching and knowing and understanding that the standards and the expectation that they've set forth by what they're asking, where we know that we're capable of going, the way that they responded on Sunday and the way that they came in on Tuesday ready to work. There was, again, just this heightened sense of urgency. There was a greater attention to detail through the preparation, and we've seen that through the past 3 weeks, like we've talked about, that, again, we're a good team, and I know that we're going to win, and obviously, we did that tonight, and it's because of the work that they did, and we'll continue to get better and better and better as we go. But again, that's because of the approach and the process that our guys are taking, and that understanding of the urgency, the attention to detail that they need, and that showed up. And we were able to finish on the right side of things this evening, as opposed to, again, those hard lessons that we learned the previous weeks.
Coach, can you speak about the building poise that this offense is having on the money guys, if you will, 6 on third, all 3 on fourth down, -16.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's just the relentless focus and the relentless effort, play after play after play, right? And them knowing and understanding the importance for us to be able to get into tempo. You got to get a first down conversion, right? You got to get a third down conversion. You got to get a fourth down conversion. Otherwise, you're just going to tempo your butt off to the sideline, right? And so, understanding those critical downs, understanding those money downs and what they mean, especially in the high red zone or when you're in plus territory, and the difference between a touchdown versus a field goal, that becomes of maximum importance, right? And so, again, I think that's just the maturity that the club is showing, the maturation and the growth of that situational awareness, and knowing and understanding how valuable each down is, but particularly those downs as well, and them knowing and understanding the confidence that we have in them to go for it on fourth down, right? And to have that willingness because of the way they go about it, like, hey, we can call these in these situations because of the way that we've prepared, and it's not guessing, it's not Rolodexing things, it's because we've seen it in practice, it carries over. Guys are trained, they seize the opportunity because they're ready for the moment, and they go out and execute.
Coach, I'm not familiar with your hat. Could you talk a little about what it is?
Yeah, it's the Padres, man, right? Beat LA. I know we're in a battle right now, it's still ongoing and everything, right? But I have an affinity, obviously, for what they've built and the winning culture that they have. And then a nice little nod to our military community here, which is really critically important, near and dear to our heart, right? And all that they do for us to allow us to, do the silly thing that we call a job that JD pays me to do, right? I mean, it's not without them that we get to do this. So, man, this don't feel like work. And, again, just a way to, celebrate them and to celebrate our local team that hopefully can finish that thing the right way up there.
Trey White's a pretty good football player.
He is. He continues to show that week after week after week, huh? Yeah.
What did you see from out there?
I mean, again, it's his same relentless approach that he has every single day, right? We've been talking about him. We've been buzzing about him ever since we got here, and I think it's, again, just a testament to, the belief that our staff had in him to bring him closer to the ball with his skill set, with his ability. We knew that he was going to be a great fit into what we were building. And then, again, like, he's the standard for what it looks like in terms of the approach and the discipline, and again, the character and the commitment and the conviction that's required to then show up and produce on a nightly basis or a weekly basis the way that he does, right? Like, it's what he does at practice. Like, I'm glad he's on our team, and I'm glad that our jerseys are our quarterbacks are in red jerseys, right? So that he doesn't hit our guys, right? And that he's able to just go and get after it. And then obviously there's what he does in the stat sheet, but then there's the attention that he draws that allows other guys to be freed up, right? And his impact is felt on every single snap because, again, of his approach and his relentless effort and his relentless focus to do his job each and every single play.
Recruits out there, are you able to turn on those edge rushers who might be out there? How nice is it to be able to turn on Trey White's film and say, look, this could be you?
Yeah, absolutely, right? I mean, we've been talking since we get here about what we're going to build and what we're going to do, and we've been talking about, a vision and asking people to have faith, but now you're able to point to things and say, hey, like, there's real true evidence of what this is going to be and what we're going to continue to build that we can point to, that we can show to, and again, we're going to be us. We're going to be true to who we are, and those families that, have great young men that recognize how special this opportunity is to come here to America's finest city and to be coached and molded by an unbelievable staff and to join this elite group of young men that's in this locker room and to be lifted by them and to be challenged by them, that will lead to consistent championships that we're going to bring home here to the Mesa.
Hey, Coach. So, great win. And it seemed like penalties were still a pretty big issue in this game. Can you speak on how you plan on figuring out these issues for this next week's matchup?
Yeah, I mean, we'll continue to assess all of them, right? There's going to be some things with our style of play, right, that where, we want our guys to be default aggressive in between the white lines, right? And we got to do that with great discipline. And, again, we've talked at length about it, and we've shown at times where we can do a really good job with it without seeing the tape and really diving into each and every single one of them, right, and the extent of them all. We'll give the necessary ones that need to be corrected that are complete controllables. We'll adjust those. Again, I've made note about the number of up downs that I've done, right? We'll continue to do those things, and maybe I'll get my six-pack back at some point in time here and everything as we go with it. But I'd rather not have to do those and be able to pour into more of the scheme and the schematics of things because we rectify it and we get it right as we go forward.
Can you talk about Danny O'Neal's ability to not turn the ball over as a true freshman? Game after game, it's consistent. What do you have to say?
Yeah, he's coachable. I told him before we went out there, we're wearing black tonight, so throw it to the guys in the black shirt. I mean, again, like, he does a great job with his process. He does a great job, knowing and understanding, again, that what is open at this level, and I think that's something that, young quarterbacks have to learn and they have to feel on their own, and he's done a very good job with that from his film study and then the actual application of what he's been able to do and to know by, again, testing himself against our defense on a daily basis, right? And that competition day in and day out, he knows and understands, okay, hey, when I'm going against, Eric Butler and I'm going against Deshaun Staley and I'm going against Deshaun McEwen and Chris Johnson, like, this is open, that ain't open, right? And then when you get to compete against those guys on a daily basis and you go against another opponent, right, that happens to be Hawaii this evening, you have a good feel for where you can fit a football and where you can't, right? So he does, again, a good job knowing and understanding, all right, hey, this is a good calculated shot, and that's a part of who we are, and we're going to take those throws, knowing that good things are going to happen because of that, versus, no, that window's too tight and we're outnumbered. That's a high-risk throw. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to find my check down, or I'm going to, throw the ball away, get back to the line of scrimmage, and we'll play second down because sometimes that's the play.
With Tano out, you needed some other guys to step up. DJ Herman's been in this program for a while, haven't really gotten his opportunity, but you played tonight, played a lot of snaps. Trey White was talking about him glowingly as a teammate. What can you say about what DJ's done, how he deserved that opportunity tonight?
Yeah, I mean, he earned it, right? I wouldn't say that he deserved it, but he earned it, right? And that's what our guys know each and every single day, that, we don't deserve anything, right? Like, we wake up and nothing's promised to us, and it's the same thing that holds true for life, right? So DJ knows that, hey, he's going to show up, he's going to work, and he's going to earn the opportunity that he created this evening. And again, like, I can't tell anyone in that locker room, when that opportunity is going to come, but obviously some adversity hit our family, right, in the form of Tano and his hand injury with everything, and we need someone to step up. And so, again, our kids have embraced, hey, the next man up, and, DJ happened to be that guy tonight, right, and because of his preparation, he was ready when his number was called, and he put himself in great positions, and he was able to make those plays because of his willingness to prepare and being trained for this moment.
Because Goober's been a little banged up. But what made you confident he can still do the work?
I guess probably time on task in our relationship that we share together, right? We were able to have very honest conversations with each other, and I know that he's going to give me direct and honest feedback about where he's at and what he's capable of. And, again, because of that, there's real trust that's been earned there over time. And, he proved to be able to be more than capable yet again, right? 130 yards gained, 109 net, 2 touchdowns. So, we'll keep giving it to him. We'll keep feeding it to him, and I think he's going to be all right.
Because one series he came kind of limping off.
Mm-hmm.
Series first carry. He gets
Yeah. Again, I mean, just open and honest conversation, right? We got a couple non-negotiables in our culture and what we're about, and it's always to speak truth to one another, right? And again, him and I have been speaking truth to each other since January 2020, right? So there's no gray between him and I, right? And we've had some great conversations. I absolutely love them. I love all those guys in that locker room. But again, we got some special history and some special experiences that we've shared, that when he tells me he's good to go, like, he's good to go.
With Phillips and Johnson landing so many of the snaps at corner, when Whitmore comes in, it seems like the opposition says, okay, here's our chance.
Good luck, right? Yeah.
Talk about just how hard that is playing on an island and making the interception that needs to be.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that our corners in particularly, right, but all DBs need to embrace, right? With our aggressive style of play, we're going to put them in those situations. And again, it's something that they lean into, right? They love the opportunity to compete. They want to be the one that we can count on. And Jelani's done a great job stepping up in that role, right, as the third corner. Because again, like, that's not unique to him. That's the same thing on every single team, right? When you see a backup come in, you're like, all right, hey, who's that guy? Oh, well, he's the 2. All right, well, let's go get at him, right? But again, I don't see him as, CB3. Like, all those guys are CB1A, CB1B, CB1C, right, on the way that they roll. And all 3 of those guys are interchangeable. They do a great job competing. And again, like, those one-on-one periods that we have at practice, they become more and more competitive as the years have gone along, as the weeks have gone along this year. And again, then you see that show up on Saturday because of the way they go about their work. Like, Lonnie's making those plays on a Tuesday, right? So then when he gets challenged and he's able to lean back and he's able to see the ball and he's able to track it and then go high point it, like, it's not surprising because we get to see it on a daily basis, right? Which is really cool. Then again, it justifies all the things that we're asking our kids to do, to believe and to buy into, what the expectations are each and every single day, so that again, when they get challenged in that way, they respond and say, yeah, throw the ball at me, see what happens.
Anything else for Coach? Do you have any thoughts on the offensive line's job tonight? You had some pretty big island guys to try to move around.
Yeah, I thought they responded great, right? I mean, Braden Bryan tried to go inside, and Dean did a heck of a job stepping up and doing a great job communicating, making sure that all 5 guys were playing cohesive and together as one. And again, when push came to shove and we needed to responded, I thought one of the best things that they did was able to control the front. We were able to protect. We were able to be multiple because of the way that they were playing behind their pads, and to go get, that touchdown drive at the end of the first half, and then obviously respond when we went down, 24-20. We talk all the time about, hey, we got to answer a score with a score. And those guys are like, hey, coach, let's rock and roll. Let's go do it. And they played cohesively together. They battled, they fought. We got some unique looks, coming off of the bye week that they had cooked up, and they've done a nice job. And Coach Smith did an excellent job, finding the solutions and giving it to those guys so that we could take the test together and pass it and come out as winners tonight.
Coach, in these hard-fought games that feed off the end, what do you see from the team as far as energy and how they feed off of each other?
Yeah, it's been really positive, right? I mean, I think all the way through, we've shown a character and an attitude and a resolve that embodies our blue-collar nastiness approach, right? That there's a job to be done, and regardless of what that job is, we're willing to punch the clock and show up and do the work that's required to win. And again, the way that, the defense is encouraging the offense, or the offense is encouraging the defense, and the glue of special teams that's holding it all together, to see that come together tonight was really powerful. And it's a testament, again, to the approach and the work and the culture that our staff and the kids are building each and every single day, that we'll continue to develop, we'll continue to improve, we'll continue to compete. So when these moments arise, that we are trained and we're ready for them, and whoever's on the field is going to finish and get the job done, so we can end up on the right side of the win column.
Coach talked a lot about pace.
Mm-hmm.
This year, Aztec fast. They had to burn timeout because you guys were going fast and they were not set up. Obviously, came and played a pretty big role at the end of the game. I mean, could you talk about just that's what you're aiming for, and it felt like how today?
Yeah, again, we want to be able to use pace of play as a competitive advantage to us, right? And I thought our guys did a good job when, again, we established that first down and the ability to go fast, versus when we got in the red zone or the gold zone inside the plus 15, as we call it, right, of being able to huddle and get some premium looks, and to be able to play with all those different pitches, whether we were throwing our fastball that cost them, to burn that tight out because they were out of position and they didn't want to give up a cheap, easy layup there at the end, right, or to be able to throw an off-speed pitch, or to throw a changeup with some of our look tempos and all those different things. Again, that just shows the maturity and the competitive advantage that being able to do those things as the offense continues to grow together, it gives us a lot of different pitches, a lot of different tricks up our sleeves to be able to play with that pace of play. Because again, if all you're doing is throwing fastballs, someone's going to eventually catch up to your fastball, right? And that's not going to be advantageous, right? So, we got to be able to play with all those different pitches and with those different paces of play. And then when it's time to go, that we can go. But if we need to gear back, again, we have the ability to do that to keep a defense off balance.
Ryan Wintermeyer, he was the first one down, and they were trying to block up the punt at the very, very end.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of long snappers in the country can be as skilled to be able to get down there, and I don't know if they were going to call a fair catch anyway, but Ryan definitely pressured him. You talk a little about Ryan and his approach, in that moment showing up.
Yeah, I mean, I think the first thing they did great was the snap, right? Not to take that for granted. First things first, when they got 10 guys up at the line of scrimmage, they're not honoring the gunners, and the whole operation, the whole communication to bring our gunners in, right, to be able to secure that kick's going to get off, and for Ryan to throw a great snap back there, and then to be able to get his head up and run and be able to pressure it. Again, at the end of the day, was it always going to be a fair catch? I'm not sure, but again, it talks to the relentless focus of him to be able to do his job. The most important thing first of getting a great snap, but then playing with relentless effort because of us being able to, or us needing to secure the kick first and foremost and bringing the gunners in. He gets the free release, and so it's a great effort play by him to run full speed and to get down there and induce that fair catch.